Okay, yeah, now it's clear that she did actually belong to some sort of debate public speaking club. Yeah, good, Aileen. Well done, mate. Cheers. Couldn't have let me follow Spee, could you? This will become clear shortly. So I was actually going to do 5 or 6 minutes of more sentimental stuff. But it's been a long day, and frankly, I just don't feel it anymore. I got here Friday afternoon, I haven't stopped. But to give this some context, almost everything I've done as a child, up until about 25, was basically following in Lee's footsteps, some sort of weird, particularly weird, given it to Lee, idolising character. Where if he liked wrestling, it was 2 years before I even saw wrestling. I was the biggest wrestling fan ever. I've never seen it before. Likewise, basketball. I'm 5'9" and chubby and old. Until recently, I was still playing competitive basketball because this guy. And among the things that I can attribute to Lee's influence is the fact that I can now play guitar. My dad's a guitarist, and I always had musical instruments lying around the house, but until I was about 21, never really touched it. But Lee decided at some point, about 20 years ago now, is that right? About 20 years since the band?
The band.
I figured, well, if he's doing it, I've got to have a go, haven't I? And so I did. Now, in those 20 years that followed. So at the start of that, Lee took a little bit of instruction from my dad, and he learned probably 10 songs to start off with. And about 20 years later, those same 10 songs are the only ones he knows. And until, thankfully, Aileen's influence, until very recently, if you'd gone to see him at either his previous one-room domicile or anywhere else he was, if you saw him reach for the guitar, you knew you were about to get a 45-minute set of those 10 songs that he knew. Again. And there were two that stand out, and I thought, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one of those songs and I'm going to turn it against him. I'm going to make him listen to one of those god-awful songs. And so I started. American Pie was one option, the longest and most awful of all the versions that Lee would do for you. And you know what, I know there's a lot of verses to that, but he knows verses Don McLean doesn't know. He can make that song last about 18 minutes. It's ridiculous. But it turns out it's also quite a hard song to play and sing at the same time, to write new words to. So I went to the other one, which it's a song that deep down I've always hated. But Lee's influence truly cemented that hate. And now the last week, having rewritten it and learned to play it myself, I can't wait to never hear this song ever again. And honestly, I've gone easy on him because if you added verses, all the verses that should be into this song, it would clear 10 minutes comfortably. I've done it every third verse. We're going to do the chorus, and it's still a lean 6.5 minutes of that. So I'm sorry. I hope you find this little journey through Lee's life slightly amusing, because otherwise it's just going to be the same 6.5 minutes of pain that Lee would put us and all of his sons through every time we ever went to see him between 1998 and 2012. So I'll plug it. And I'm going to get me song sheet as well. Printed across 3 A4 pages because it is 6.5 minutes long. I guess I've pitched this. There we go. How's that sound at the back?
Rubbish.
Feedbacky. I'll turn down slightly. Yeah, I'm just going to get into it and then we can get the proper band on. I need a capo. Sorry, it's the wrong key. If I sing that, I'm going to blow your eardrums. A courtesy Lee never did for anyone. Yes, man. If it was written in that key, that's the key you were going to get. So. Cheer up, sleepy Jane! Oh, I will sing you a lovely song. about the things that Lee's done wrong. And all the times he got out his knob, licked out ashtrays on a dare, or when he shaved off his eyebrow, which nearly cost him his beloved home-based job. We collected teddy bears, bought at car booths and won from fairs. Those precious childhood times are sorely missed. But in hindsight, now I know a gorilla named after Frank Bruno is actually a little bit racist. In the garden we played as boys with my collection of action toys, building complex bases of grassy green. And although it was lots of fun, we were really not that young, and spent the whole time hoping we'd not be seen, because we were at least 18. Good luck, Mr. Spee, with wedding attempt number 3. I bet you miss all the money that came from Airbnb. So good luck, Mr. Spee, and of course, Aileen. I hope someday you get rich thanks to Montessori. 6 more verses to go. How's it feel, eh? How'd you like it now? It's the bloody monkeys. No one likes the monkeys. Unless you had your head in sand, you'll know that Lee was in a band. Although you might struggle to name their hits, his bandmates thought he was weird, and the fans, they seldom cheered, because, yes, you guessed it, they were shit. During weekends and holidays, he was welcome to come and stay. But there was just one thing that would never pass. We had to keep a stick to break up those big brown floaty bricks that Lee would squeeze out from his boyhood ass. That's my favourite verse. Seriously, like, you wouldn't have thought a human could do these poos. They were enormous. Jehovah's Witnesses are none of my business. That's all I'm going to say on that subject. But to avoid confusion, never offer a blood transfusion. On religious grounds he'd be forced to reject, because they're a bunch of nutters. Good luck, Mr. Spee, with wedding attempt number 3. I bet you miss all the money that came from Airbnb. So good luck, Mr. Spee, and of course, Aileen. I hope someday you get rich thanks to Montessori. Now, if you ever saw him dance, you'd think there was a good chance that at any time that Lee would come out as gay. But thanks to Aileen, now we know that this simply isn't so. Auntie D might still get grandkids from more than J. Now this is quite the feat. The happy couple have given up meat, eggs, dairy and leather and all things good. But don't worry about that, they're not your normal vegan twats. That's why our dinner was made of proper food. For a while there Lee got fat as he sat around the flat, after quitting a bunch of jobs and being sort of fired. Drinking lager in the afternoon while spending hours on YouTube. You can get back to crisps and Stella when you're retired. You'll be a right fat pasty. Good luck, Mr. Spee, with wedding attempt number 3. I bet you'll miss all the money that came from Airbnb. So good luck, Mr. Spee, and of course, Aileen. I hope someday you can get rich thanks to Montessori. Should we do one more chorus?
Yeah, come on, Bob.
So good luck, Mr. Spee, with winning attempt number 3. I bet you miss all the money that came from Airbnb. So good luck, Mr. Spee, and of course, Aileen. I hope someday you get rich thanks to Montessori. What's the video count there? About 10 minutes on that?
You're nearly at 12.
Chuck in an extra chorus. Got yourself a 9-minute song. Still a discount. All right, that's the speeches. Thank you, everybody. Let's toast one more time. Let's toast to the happy couple. Raise your hand. Can't. I'm going to bang into things. To the happy couple. All right, we'll get some regular music going. The band will start shortly. We've got some fireworks later. Stick around if you're not already heat exhausted. There's desserts inside the main room. Thank you all very much for coming, and I'll see you all later.